Good day and welcome back to my channel. So this is the final video on the Flying Edsel. Um, this was a fun little build, and it was really me just playing with some new concepts. You know, I had the idea in my head for a flying car, sort of like the um, pseudo steampunk Fifth Element kind of vehicles that we've seen before, and I got to play with some new and different techniques, and this provided an option for me to just sort of get in and dig around with it. For a for a concept, it was fun. It was fun to play with, and this is one of the things where I kind of have to apologize to folks who look for certain things on a web channel. Is it's difficult for me to do this as a as a project kind of this is how I solve problems thing, because I when it comes to something like this, it just sort of happens. I start sticking things on and it just sort of goes. And if you've ever seen some of the tested stuff by Adam, what's his name from uh, from ILM, you just kind of sit down and just kind of do. And I'm not one to that has the kind of equipment that where I can just sit and film. Oops, I can film uh, the process and just sort of edit down because I just don't have the capability to capture that much video. So I do apologize. I can't go through a lot of that. But anyway, so as you could tell from my klutziness, is what I've done is I've magnetized all four of the engines so that they can turn. Um, and what I did do is I intentionally, did the replacement colors. So all right, it's a junker car. It broke that engine, and it had to scavenge a door and an engine off of, or cowling off of a different um, different colored Flying Edsel. Um, that was sort of the concept there, and I got to play with a lot of the rusting techniques. And I did do, the previous video for this shows the rusting techniques and how I did it. There's a couple touch-ups I'm going to want to do for this, but I was content with what I ended up getting. I got the beat up, rusty, neglected vehicle look that I was going for, and to be honest, this here for the dust cover on the dustiness on the windscreen is something the first time I've ever tried that, and I'm kind of content with it. I like the way it came out. Um, I did not pay as much attention to the underside as I could have, mostly because it's not going to be displayed such. Uh, but I did add to it, and if I do end up going back to this may end up being one where I'll add things to, depends on how I want to make it look. I'm going to park this next to my Flying Ghostbusters car. I'm probably going to give it a flying stand that I can then mount here. But until then, it sits quite nicely on its engines. Anyway, this is the reveal of that. There are some things I learned. I did use, so for the chrome, I tried this stuff. These liquid chrome Molotov pens. And I was actually fairly impressed. I've heard different folks have different results for them. But I liked it. So, especially there. Now, I did do all of the chromed, and then I went back and weathered them, except for the new door. And the chrome on the new door and the chrome handle look better, right? So I get the look that I'm looking for. So that was kind of nice. It worked well for where I was going and what I was trying to make happen. I got to play with some oil weathering. The top is kind of doing the black and weathering the black took some effort. And I got partway through this going, I'm almost tempted to get this kit again and do this up like the actual kit, just do the car. I'm not a big car model fan, but I really like the way this kit went together, and how well detailed the the kit itself was and how well it went together. And with a little bit of effort, you could really get a nice product um, if you wanted to redo this. So interestingly, being a not car guy, um, doing this model got me interested in the possibility of maybe doing another car or two, um, just for the fun of it. But at any rate, I will go ahead and put up a couple of photos here at the end, sort of a little montage of what I've done, and uh, I hope that this short series and the little experimentation here was fun for you guys to see. That it may provide some useful techniques or so forth for what you like to do, and you can see where this kind of went out, or where this ended up going. Um, and that's because that's kind of the whole reason I do this. I hope this is helpful for folks, or at least give some either inspiration or guidance on methodologies and things to do, ways to try things. You know, like the two types of rusting look, like the ones you have up here versus this, both of which we're using the same technique, but it all depends on how you apply the paint and your touch as to whether or not you get this hard chipped view or this soft faded, under rusting view. Both of which I like. It's fun to do. The cool thing about doing a group build or a project like this that really doesn't have any goal is you can play. It didn't matter. I could try something. I didn't really break it. Have to worry about breaking anything because nothing's broken. It's just it comes out different than maybe I was looking for. So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll give you a couple of pictures, and until later, I'm going to go ahead and get back to the land battleship. And so, happy modeling, everyone. Take care.